Hello and welcome to Bean's Budget Brewery. I'm your host Bean, and let's get into it. Today's deck is Kitchen Madness, a deck that wants to control the board, poke in for damage with small creatures, and burn your opponent out. To keep everything under control, we run 16 removal spells, one of which is also burn, one of which is also discard, and one of which is also bad. That's this one. This is not a very good spell. We also run 16 ways to discard cards. I already mentioned Bone Shards, but there's also Merchant of the Veil, Cabal Initiate, and Hellmongrel. The Merchant can draw cards late game, while discarding Madness cards to let you cast them, while Cabal Initiate and Hellmongrel are free discard outlets that let you just cast Madness spells for the Madness cost. In addition, Hellmongrel actually is a Madness spell in itself, and you can flash it out. Kitchen Imp is also a really effective way of dealing damage. It's flying, it's a 2/2, it has haste, it almost always costs 1 mana, and in 10 attacks you're going to take your opponent out. It's really good. And of course there's added resilience in Revolutionist, which can get back one of your removal spells, or a burn spell if you are really close to finishing your opponent off. And that's the deck. Now one thing that me and my dad noticed when we were playing this deck is that it really likes having a free discard outlet in play, so that it can take advantage of that cheap, beautiful insanity discount. And it turns out Cabal Initiate has a little friend named Olivia's Dragoon, who is basically a 2-mana Kitchen Imp, because it has flying most of the time if you're discarding cards, and it's a 2/2, and Kitchen Imp is really good. Now this deck has a good matchup against both Filigree Fling and Spellbound Beaters, because it can just kill their stuff, and those decks really care about their stuff. Zapped, and then it's gone. The deck also struggles against tokens, except now I found out that there's a Madness card that just directs damage all over the place. And this thing also helps cover the other big weakness of the deck, which is if your opponent isn't really playing a lot of creatures, 12 of your cards are going to be completely useless, because 12 of the cards kill creatures, and you're not going to target your own creatures with them. The original deck post was on Magic TCG, and I posted it 15 days ago. A lot of people liked it. I posted it because my dad thought it was a really fun deck. And Madness is such an interesting mechanic. There are lots of people who would love to have a $1 Madness deck.